Hi, good morning, dear students. Now we are dealing with the endocrine system. Okay, so far we have learned about different endocrine glands. So we are just continuing this. So far we have discussed the pituitary gland, pancreas, adrenal gland. Okay, now we are going to discuss a very brief idea. I will give you a brief idea regarding the thyroid, parathyroid, thymus and testis. Okay. So first we can talk about the thyroid gland. It is located in the neck region. Okay. Just around this trachea, the windpipe, we can see a pair of this thyroid gland. Okay. So it is having this type of structure, and both of these glands, this pair, they are joined by a space that is known as the isthmus. So it will be joined here, and this thyroid gland may contains different follicles. There are so many follicles inside the thyroid gland. We can see so many follicles, and these follicles, they may contain follicular cells, and these follicular cells of thyroid gland, they will produce some hormones. So we have studied the two hormones. One is tetraiodothyronine or T4. And triiodothyronine or T3. So this tetraiodothyronine is otherwise known as the thyroxine. For the production of this thyroxine hormone, the presence of iodine. Iodine is very important. So in our diet we must include iodine. Iodine is one of the most important constituent of these thyroid hormones. Okay. So if there is any if the level of thyroid hormones in our body is very less, that is known as hypothyroidism. Due to the lack of this iodine, these thyroid hormones may be affected. Okay, at that time we can see that this is what hypothyroidism. And this hypothyroidism, and because of this lack of iodine, that may lead to the enlargement of the thyroid gland. So there, in this space, there may be an enlargement, and that enlargement and that situation is known as the goiter. Okay. Then, in the case of the pregnant women, if they are lacking this iodine in their food, the result in babies, they may be having some abnormal growth. The growth may be affected adversely, and that kind of situation is known as the cretinism. That disorder is known as cretinism. And if the amount of this thyroid hormone, it is something more than enough, something more than the normal level, that is known as what? Hyperthyroidism. That may also lead to certain metabolic problems in the body. And one of the basic functions of this thyroid hormone is that they are involved in the metabolism. For the metabolism of the carbohydrate, for the metabolism of protein or fat, for all these things, we need this thyroid hormone. So they will regulate the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Okay, so metabolism means what? It contains anabolism and catabolism. Okay, complex materials, they are breaking down to form simpler forms. So like that, for all these things we need what? The metabolism. Okay, so then another function is the formation of RBC. For the formation of RBC, we need what? The thyroid hormones. Then for the electrolyte formations, for the water and the electrolyte balance in the body, for that also we need thyroid hormones. Then another hormone that is related with the blood calcium level, that is thyrocalcitonin. It is very important for maintaining the blood calcium level, the normal blood calcium level. Okay, so these are all the thyroid hormones. Now come to the parathyroid. So where do we see the parathyroid gland? It is seen in the, it can be seen as two pairs on the dorsal side of the thyroid gland. The dorsal side of the thyroid gland, we can see this parathyroid. Okay, you can surround the parathyroid gland. At the dorsal surface of the parathyroid gland, we can see two pairs. So this is one pair, second pair. Two pairs of parathyroid gland. They will secrete the hormone parathyroid hormone. The main function of the parathyroid hormone is that to increase the blood calcium level. So when this hormone is secreted in the blood, that means what? It will increase the blood calcium level. It is responsible for the what? It is otherwise known as hypercalcemic hormone because it will increase the calcium level in the blood. So that it is known as what? Hypercalcemic hormone. So it will act upon the kidney tubules, the renal tubules, and that may undergo what? Reabsorption of calcium. Okay. Then another one is it will act upon the bones, and there it may lead to demineralization. Okay, from the bone the calcium ions are released into the blood. From the kidney renal tubules the calcium ions are released into the blood. So for the balancing of the calcium ions in the blood, we need parathyroid hormone. With this hormone, thyrocalcitonin from thyroid gland, it is also having what? A joint working. Okay, so because of the two hormones, there is what? We can keep up what? The blood calcium level. Then another hormone that is found in between the lungs, that is the thymus. It is seen in between the lungs, dorsal to the heart, and it is ventral to the aorta, just near aorta, just ventral to the aorta. In between the two lungs, you can see a very small gland that is known as the thymus. They are primarily involved in immunity. Okay, because they will secrete a hormone that is known as thymosin. It is responsible for the differentiation of what? T lymphocyte. We know that lymphocytes, they are blood cells. They are very enlarged blood cells. They are responsible for immunity in the blood, and there are two types, B and T. So here the T lymphocytes, they will be differentiated. First there will be one cell and they will be undergo different modification. Okay, that modification is known as what? Differentiation. So it will help in the T lymphocytes differentiation, and in that way it will help in the immunity. And that type of immunity is known as cell-mediated immunity. Why it is known as cell-mediated immunity? The reason is that here the T lymphocyte is the cell, blood cell. So the cells are involved in that type of immunity. So that it is known as what? Cell-mediated immunity. So this thymosin hormone helps in the cell-mediated immunity. Another function is that it will also promote the production of antibodies from the B lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are of two types, B and T. So B lymphocytes, they are responsible for what? Antibodies. Okay. So here cells are not involved. Only antibodies are involved. Such a type of immunity is known as humoral immunity. So simply we can say that thymosin is a hormone secreted from the thymus gland. It is responsible for cell-mediated and humoral immunity. So in the old age people, this thymus gland, it is going to be regenerated, so that there is no normal production of what? This hormone, thymosin hormone. So that in old age people, the immunity will be very less, that will be reduced because of this reason. Okay. Then another gland, that is the testis. It is what? A primary sex organ, as well as it is acting as what? An endocrine gland. Okay, it is situated in the just outside the abdominal cavity. It is found only in the males, and it is in a pouch. That pouch is known as scrotal cavity, that is scrotum, and it may contain, the testis may contain so many lobes. They are known as the seminiferous tubules. Okay, and here in these seminiferous tubules, they are responsible for the production of spermatozoa, or what? The sperms. And they may also be contained this. Then surrounding these seminiferous tubules, you can see the certain type of cells. They are known as interstitial cells or Leydig cells. Interstitial cells or Leydig cells. And these cells, they are responsible for the production of the male hormones. The male hormones are commonly known as androgens. So here especially the testosterone. Okay, it will produce the the hormone called testosterone, and that hormone is very important for all our secondary sexual characters found in the males. They are also responsible for the production of the spermatozoa or what, sperms. Understand? So these are these glands. So you have to go through the syllabus as well as for what go through your textbook. You just have to concentrate only on what I have taught you. Okay, you have to go through these glands. What are the hormones? The function of the hormone. That's all. Okay, so the next class we will talk about the next gland, that is after testing there is what, ovaries there. Okay, so we have to complete the chapter in the next class. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding this, you just contact me through WhatsApp or you can call me. So thank you all. Wishing you all the best.